Want to receive this post in your inbox every morning? Sign up for the Balance of Power newsletter, and follow Bloomberg Politics on Twitter and Facebook for more. The Group of Seven meets in Canada today, for the second and final day of a summit described by one observer as the most dysfunctional G7 yet. We'll be sending out a special edition of the newsletter on the gathering, so look out for that. In the meantime, see this interactive data viz by Flavia Krause-Jackson and Haley Warren that asks, can any G7 leader corral President Donald Trump? And now, here's your roundup of some of our best political stories from the past week, and a few others, too. After the G7, Trump heads to Singapore where on June 12 he's set to become the first sitting U.S. president to meet a North Korean leader. Click here for a look at the fraught history between the U.S. and the reclusive regime in pictures. Above left, President-elect Dwight Eisenhower with American soldiers on the front lines in 1952. A 25,000-mile road trip set Sanchez on path to power in Spain. Esteban Duarte profiles Spain's new prime minister, Pedro Sanchez, who, ousted as party leader and jobless just 18 months ago, set out in a Peugeot sedan to reconnect with voters, and now has an unexpected opportunity to reshape his country. World's richest nation spends its way around Saudi-led embargo. Mohammed Sergi takes stock of developments in Qatar and finds that a year into the Saudi-led embargo, the tiny Gulf nation is doing just fine. Trump's trade war gives Morocco fighting chance in World Cup bid. David Hellier explains why in the lopsided race to host the Soccer World Cup, Trump may have just tilted the field, while Stephanie Baker and Jake Rudnitsky write that, in the World Cup political face-off, the score is Moscow 1, London 0. Mexico's Godfather, a survivor who'll likely do fine under AMLO with less than a month until elections. Nacho Catan profiles the presidency frontrunner, who's offering an olive branch to the old guard. Trump's personal lawyer told a business conference in Israel this week that Kim begged for the June 12 summit to be rescheduled after the president called it off. Giuliani later had to defend the description. Follow at TikTok by Bloomberg for live coverage of the meeting. Corbyn as UK Premier. Some Labour lawmakers would rather quit drawing on private conversations with about a dozen lawmakers. Robert Hutton and Thomas Penny examine deep differences within the Labour Party that test tribal loyalties. Ex-cricketer Imran Khan woos Pakistan's turncoat politicians. Ismail Dilawar looks at why Pakistani politicians are defecting in increasing numbers to the party of opposition leader Imran Khan, a shift that shows his rising influence and has prompted allegations he enjoys the support of the country's powerful military. Beheading signal threat to Mozambique's $30 billion gas bonanza. Matthew Hill and Borges Namira explain the rise of extremist militias in a remote gas-rich region of the southern African nation. Scared by Facebook? Wait till millennials are selling their data. Bloomberg reporters analyze what happens now that consumers are waking up to the fact that the online empires of Facebook and Google are built on data they sign away without any monetary compensation. Outgoing Starbucks executive chairman Howard Schultz is beating Trump in one of the president's most cherished metrics: he's got more money. As Tom Metcalf writes, the 64-year-old Starbucks chairman, who announced Monday he's leaving the coffee chain and hinted a political career may be brewing, has a $3.2 billion fortune to mount a bid for public office. That's about $400 million more than Trump, according to the Bloomberg Billionaires Index. And finally, the world's biggest toy store didn't have to die. This week's edition of Bloomberg Business Week presents an object lesson in financial mismanagement and miscalculation from the Fallen Toys R Us.